Instagram's going to work on this, but there is a difference of what I'm doing today, because in Medicine Woman Solution, it is an overall of many different healing tools and many different ways. I want to teach you all how to do empowerment through enlightenment. You're thinking, well, that's simple. No, the way that Medicine Woman Solution does it, okay, this is how spirits have come through, and it is how we are going to teach that you can see the way that I see. We're going to be doing that. Hi. We're going to be doing that through the classes that eventually I'm going to have. And this is going to be, I think, towards the beginning of the year. And now these are very important. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to start out, except for the empowerment through enlightenment is very important to be in, because you all have issues. You all have emotions. But people are just now starting to connect that we have emotions. That, wait a minute, emotions have us. Most people don't realize that emotions, it's not about that they have you. Hold on, all of a sudden I look so pale. Like, what's all this about? Weird. But emotions have us. They own us. And the thing is that we accepted, we believe, and we gave our power to. And we need to keep pulling that off. And every time that we have really believed it, it's set in stone. You know, it sets in stone, then it really is hard for us to move beyond it. And that's when it owns us. That's when it feels like it's in deep. Okay? It's hard to explain at this point, because all of a sudden I'm getting all of these energies, and let me figure this out. What's going on here? Well, glad to see that you caught me live. That's wonderful. Share away, because we are getting more into the movement of this. This movement that Spirit has is to help you awaken. It is to show you, to take the mystery out of all of the things that, you know, scary, all the things that I don't understand that, but it's helping you to connect the dots, not just of the things that we need to learn, but connect the dots of your life. Part of the empowerment through enlightenment group is to help you connect the dots. It's to break it down, show the blueprint, and you then can learn how to live as a spiritual human, which means you got to deprogram yourself. You got to unlearn a few things, and you got to move in a different direction. Most of you have woken up from those old paradigms, and just listen. The old paradigm is to react and to hold your pain. Your ego sits there and says, this is the way you're supposed to do it. And you're like, no. But your ego says, I'm sorry. And a lot of you get trapped into the ego form. Now, let me explain. The ego is just a lens. It's an electric. Why all of a sudden can't I speak? An electromagnetic guiding omni-apparition. It's something that you've reached in as a soul. And to reach into the quantum law of attraction, you see all of these endless possibilities, okay? But it is when you over-identify with matter, you take it personal. It hurts. You feel like it's stuck. Complete shock. Oh my God, trauma. Your brain can't catch up with your reality. And your brain doesn't want to accept reality. And the reality sometimes is that it's not pretty. It is very scary. It is something that's unknown, but we don't like it. And so we will build up responses, auto responses, reactionary plans, a stress, and which is the fight, flight, freeze. And because we do all those things, we have a problem of not being able to get out of ego. So as soon as we over-identify with ego, we take and become our false self. We become the ego. And then the ego does have a program, because it is, oh my God, I'll keep myself protected if I do this. This is about power versus force. Power is actually love and beyond. That is the enlightenment and all of that, versus force, which is anything that's negative, that's trying to force you into acting anything negative. I got to control it. I don't want to fear this. I don't want to feel this. I don't want to act this way. But yet, when I say don't want to act, there's a lot of people that say, oh, I'm not going to be like my sister. Oh, no, I'm not going to be like that person. where you've accepted, believed, and gave your willpower to that, which keeps it alive. Understand law of attraction? So even though you say you don't want to be that character or personality, you are then having to put your energy here, and you're running away from it, and you're not taking the shadow qualities you deemed as evil, but you are yin and yang. You have to take the qualities of both sides and stop calling it evil, just knowing that that's not your character. That's fine. Take your power off it, and then you're going to be able to grow. Let me explain. Well, I'm not going to be mean. Oh, never. No, that's just not me. Always sweet. And you're like, why do people take advantage of me? Well, you don't have a clear, healthy boundary. You got to be able to have that confidence within you. Sometimes that evil stuff that you claim is evil, okay, that I don't want to be mean, is that it's about taking and having the confidence to say, no. Now, they may claim it as mean. That's because you're probably being stubborn to them. You're not doing what they want. Okay. and when that happens, understand you don't have to get tricked by the voice of others, because of the way that a narcissist will speak. That is, again, part of that old paradigm. And if you are in this particular way of thinking, you're going to confuse yourself, and then you're going to go into what? I want to talk. Soft. What the hell are you trying to say? It's not self. I want self. A self-talk. But what is soft? Who? Where? Oh, I know that they got my attention. Let me look. Everybody, hello. I love all these faces. Remember to get this name out here. We want this to evolve. We want this movement to happen. Oh, thank you. Oh, I had a heck of a time trying to get dressed this morning. Couldn't find the color. It's darker on this side, and I don't know what happened with the light. Oh, maybe I'm missing the overhead light. No, can't quite reach that now. But it looks okay. Okay, wonderful. So good to see all of you. Yes. Okay, so soft. Yeah, okay, so for what I've said so far, what is it that you would like to talk about? Okay, what do you want to talk about? If anything I just said, if you've just tuned in, you missed most of it, okay, I may have to repeat it. Or if you didn't quite understand what I said, because there was a ton of stuff, they love to shoot out all the information, and it's to bypass your ego. It's your soul wants to hear it. Your soul really wants to hear it. And then if you get in a state of confusion, what does that mean? You're getting ready to change. Now you have a choice. You can go backwards or go forwards, or you can look at the symptom. Well, I don't understand what she's saying. A symptom is something, it's a safeguard that you put into place. It's something that can be resolved versus a safety blanket, which is something that you put into place and you can't touch those, because that is where you stay sane. Okay, so that's when we go and we talk to you, all of you, and say, what is this behind the safety blanket? What are you willing to give me so that we can heal? What is causing you to hold on to that safety blanket so tight? And so then we'll start to connect the dots of the past with your experiences, with your emotions, and then we will take and start to help you use tools, self-empower you to move you in the direction you need to. So I had this woman, she's, oh my God, I had a bad experience, and I thought of you. I said, oh, good. So then we did a quick session. And during that session at the end, she's like, oh my God, what a complete difference. She says, you're just magic. I says, actually, the magic's in you. I'm just your guide. And all the tools and all of the self-help is you. I'm showing you that your physical body can do this, and that innate healing can do it. You just need to get bypass the program, and that's where I come in. Now, sometimes, yes, I will move energy over here, and if you mimic me and you take in the healing, guess what? You just healed yourself, because you're choosing on a soul level to say, oh my God, I so want this, and you just haven't seen it before, but you don't realize that I'm just being me, connecting through energy and spirit. I've trained myself. I put a lot of time and effort. I will get that dissertation, and before you know it, I have put a lot of time and effort in doing this. Well, hello, everybody. Yes. Okay. So I'm looking now. Questions. So what do we do differently here is that if you want a free 1-minute reading, you think, I ain't going to get much out of it. You'd be surprised. You send it to Medicine Woman, the number 4, the letter U at which is dr.com. Send it to it. As soon as it comes in, I will know. And I found some in the spam folder, but that's okay. I eventually find them. And they can start coming in anytime because remember, Spirit likes to talk. Then we do the paid readings, and then we go ahead and we do the free minute reads. So pay attention that all of this is important for you to learn. Now I got to get right back to the right screen, which is there. Okay, so behind me is a board. So, okay, so my eye. Leon, haven't seen you in a while. I need advice on how to deal with my stress-induced exam, the worst ever. Please help. I also have diabetes. Well, you also had a lot of other things. We got to get your body back. First of all, I'm going to tell you, for those of you that have diabetes, the one thing, you're made of energy. Food seems to be your biggest issue, right? The insulin, right? Take 4 fingers. Well, there we go. Hope my armpit's shaved. But see this? Lie right in the middle. Line right in the middle. Okay? Right where your pinky is, hold that spot. Hold that spot. After you eat, I don't care what you eat. After you eat, because sometimes you start to feel really bad, your sugars change. You just take and you put your fingers. I use my middle fingers. I know exactly where they are now because I don't have to measure. And I hold it. And sometimes it can take up to 2 minutes. Now, something I ate that my body completely disagreed with. And so I held these points. And my head started to feel better, but then I started to feel like it was toxic. So then underneath, how do I do this so you guys can see? Under the boob anyway. So if you look straight down under the boob, I put by about 3 fingers. If your boobs are too big, lift them up. But just get on there. There's a rib cage. So just rub there, and that's going to help with the neural lymphatic system. It is a lymphatic system. And one of the things is that's the spleen point or part that helps the spleen process. And the spleen and pancreas point, they help adjust those, okay? Now, there's other things you need to do. But now, as far as the exams, understand that is a symptom. It's a reaction because of something that occurred. So a reading would be definitely required there. And then a healing, because I had this person that was in extreme anxiety, and by connecting the dots and using hope therapy, it just pulled them right out of it, because your body's emotional chemical peptides. An emotional chemical peptide is what happens with the emotions. It has a chemical peptide, a chain reaction, a chain peptide. And when whatever negativity it is, it will vibrate and it'll affect all of your being, and you can dissolve those. Now, somebody is really having an issue in their stomach area. Is it me? No. Oh, but this is really not happy. Oh, your body is not happy. The heck is this all about? Who ate too much? Did you? Because somebody is not happy. I mean, it's not even just a stomach thing. It goes right to want to go to diarrhea. I don't know why I'm picking that up. That's okay. That. Okay, so if people have diarrhea or constipation or have those things, really, I gotta stand up. Okay. You can't even see. The hip that goes down, you have put your hands like that. And you're going to flick. Oh, yeah, there, good. You can see my fat. Okay, you flick them. Okay, you rub that area and you flick it. Okay, there's 2 valves. an ileocecal and a Hilston valve. And one of the things that you do is that they can get blocked. Okay. So then you would also then just kind of rub the energy up and over, and then rub the energy up and over. Sounds strange, but it moves the energy. And there's so many other things you can do. Why are we doing this? This is not what I want to talk about. Okay. Spirit, you're funny. Now that we've gotten to what you asked for, now go away. Stand in the back, please. Just wait and just wait. Somebody, okay, that feels better. Somebody's, yeah. Wow, energy is weird. 555. So major changes are going to happen. Major changes that are happening. So what I need you to do is we got to finish this thought. Spirit said they wanted to do it, and all of a sudden they're changing their mind or some interference. Interference, I know we can go there. A lot of you got to learn how to use the white light. A lot of you got to learn how to clean yourself off. A lot of you have got to learn the different levels of energies that you can do. So Amy, give me a call. So hopefully it'll work. And then what I'm going to do is just show you. Empowerment through Enlightenment is a course. And a lot of people, like fluff it off. Like, no, what I want you to understand is that you're going to break down the blueprint of your issue. And why is that important? So you can connect the dots and see it. You need to wake up. You need to wake up and see how you think. You need to wake up and see what kind of programs are running that makes you think that way. And so it is quite easy for me, but I will break it down and show you. Now, during the classes, we'll break some things down. We're going to show you how it works. I want you to begin to start thinking that you can heal yourself. It's so important. Come on. Answer. Okay, you there? Where's my screen? That's new.
It's so important. Come on.
Wasn't that funny? There's a delay. That's right. So I've got her.
Okay, you there? Hi, I'm on the computer.
So you're gonna have to do something. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Well, at least I can see her. Now you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So what we're going to do is Amy has volunteered, or I volunteered her for her. I don't know. But what's important is that we've been working together. So Ames, what I need you to do is that, okay, so like for instance, you have an issue. Do you have one? Please tell me you have one.
Yeah, I had a family member call yesterday.
Uh-oh, you're freezing.
And
oh, there you are.
Everything was negative.
Okay, so she said a family member called yesterday and everything was negative. So you're thinking, so the first thing you do is that you want to understand that it's negative. Can you see that okay? I don't need to spell it out. But I want you to understand, is this person in family, but are they, you don't live with them, they're far away, they don't talk very often?
They're 6 months away.
Then chances are we call that one ring out. You'll learn about what rings are. So we'll go one ring out. It possibly could be a 2 ring, but a 1 ring out. Okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. So then you have 1 ring out, negative, and that was the whole conversation. Now, in a way, the negative, were they bitching about something?
About their job.
Okay, so it was about the job. Was it, how do I put it? They're complaining?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're thinking, yeah, but they sound like, but listen, just wait. Complain. Oh my God, I can't even spell complain. Oh, you know what I mean, complain. Okay, so you can see the emotional chemical peptides is that something triggered them. Now, this isn't about them. This is about you, but just pay attention. So something's triggered them. So we're going to be looking for a trigger. Okay. So something has triggered them. It's one ring out, which means that it's kind of personal. It's not world event. It's not in your face per se. Okay, so we're just going to change that to second ring out because there. So, but it's there. It's something that's caught your attention and you need to pay attention. So you have a trigger because it's negative. They're complaining. So that can be just their talk. This may be a social thing you do. If it's just the way you talk and it's a social thing, is that the personality you want? You have to ask yourself, is that your character? Because if you believe that, just sit back and think, how do I talk to people? How did I talk to people? How am I still doing it? Because I know with you and me, Amy, we talk differently. And I know when you do go into this, not very often, but when you do with this, is that you're triggered and you felt a twang of emotion.
Yeah.
And then we heal it. But you're also now becoming aware that you can heal it instead of deal with it. And when you have family or people that have not used to this waking up, that is going to be the way they communicate. People get off on just wanting to complain. Now, there is a part of a person that you do get a good feeling off of bitching. Okay, there is a reward factor. The only problem is negativity. It costs you to have it. It actually takes away your life force. It diminishes your physical aspect of yourself. You just don't know it. Now, some people can be mismatched and they feed off it. This is why some people love to argue, because they need to be fed. Okay, so there's different things. So don't pigeonhole it into one thing. Okay, but this is talking about personally about you. So you have a trigger. It twanged you. We know that it's not really in your household. It's not in your face, but it's real close. And all they did was talk about negativity and complaint. So did they even ask about you, or did they just need someone to talk to?
No.
Okay, so they needed someone to talk to. So that's a good thing that she was there for them, right? But is that how you want to show up?
No.
Okay, so now she can look and say, you know what? I don't mind being there for people, but how can I be there for people without having to lose myself? Did you even know you were? Because a habit, eventually you're going to end up losing yourself. You're going to like, oh my God, this is draining me. And we want to listen because we want to be there for people, but you can be there for somebody in a much better way. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay. So this person may not be completely open to EFT, hands-on healing, hope therapy, any of that. But that should not stop you from still being who you are.
Right.
Okay? So you can shut up and listen. There's nothing wrong with that. I let people vent. I don't have to absorb it. I just observe. And then if I'm supposed to be the healer, then it's not about me. But if I have a twang or if I'm told by spirit, then I will like, oh, what do I need to pay attention to? There's an actual theme that's being shown to me about me. Okay. And sometimes, so it's harder when you are a teacher. But in your daily life, you are having things show up to you for a very specific reason. Are they full of trauma and drama? Okay. So you can see that they have not had the tools to help them cope, manage, deal, pacify. They just have done what is, by the seat of your pants, where they lost the manual. Okay. I'm helping you get a manual so that you can understand you don't have to be the victim in this world. Does this make sense? Okay. So I want you to understand when this person, whoever it was, did this feeling, okay, did you react to it at all in a negative way? Like, oh, no. Here we go again. Oh, here we go again. Oh, God, I don't want to hear this again. Did you do any of that? They were talking about a very specific. What's that?
About halfway through the conversation.
Okay, so she's like, oh, ew. And it's not that she's not loving. It's just like she's starting to feel a drain on her. She's finally realizing, but I really don't want to have to be a good person. I don't want to have to take on this negativity. Does this make sense? So now she's starting to realize, because her self-talk inside is saying enough. Okay? Because if this person constantly shows up to me as a trauma and a drama, they're in pain. How can I help them? How can I help them help themselves? Okay. This is where you'd say, okay, you listen to their story, and then you would give advice. You would be nice, and you would try to be, you don't want to be a minion. Okay. A minion is someone that if a person calls you and wants you to be their little lackey, their little minion, so you can go out and you can root them on, and you're going to, it's like, oh, he was a dick. Oh yeah. Now sometimes you need a minion, but when you take and have that minion start doing your dirty work and they go out and start attacking people, then that's gone too far. Okay. So you have to understand that when it comes to this, I know it's deep, but it's simple. So Amy and I talked about this a little bit last night. Now, each time it's going to be a little different. And she's had, and the reason that this is different is because we spoke. Okay. So you have to decide what kind of personality. This is a catalog of life. Do you want to be this type of person? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, so you're not judging. You're looking to see if you're better today than you were yesterday and the day before. You're like, oh shit, I used to do that in the past. Okay, then you're going to heal it. You're going to catch yourself. You got to train and break the habit. You're like, oh, did you get triggered? Did you have a twang of like, oh my God, here we go again? Guess what? There's a cord out there that's telling the world that you got to have it. That twang is what's got to be healed out. Okay. So you got to look, see if you have anything that you have to see if it's you're doing any negativity. Are you complaining? You have to catch your language, plain and simple, because your personality creates your reality. Okay. Your personality. It's the way that your person shows up. Is it real? Is that your reality? Okay. And it's just breaking it down. So now the person was complaining about how they had loss. Well, so-and-so got this and this when after so-and-so died and they laid their claim on it. Now I'm not going to get it. So when you hear the particular thing, besides complaining, they were complaining about loss. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get it. Now, it might have been very sentimental to you, but you also have to understand if you have began to do what ego is, and that's be romanticized. You're going to see that I can't spell worth crap when it comes to listen. When it listen to the spirit, right brain and left brain, you're lucky you get this much. Okay, so loss. Okay, and notice that they're in pain, and then they talk about it, and you can hear their self-talk and their story. It's not about judging them. It's about you going, oh shit. So when Amy had told she couldn't have kids, she went into great loss. And then she romanticized about how, oh God, I really wish I had kids, blah, 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 blah. She has told you it before that she really wants them. And my God, every single day of her life. And then she did a couple of healings and she's like, maybe I didn't really want them. Maybe I convinced myself that I wanted them. And the reason I did it is because I was told I couldn't have it and I didn't know how to process that loss. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
Okay. So you're in a state now. So we have to ask spirit. This is where a reading would come in. And this is where I would come in to find out, why would your soul cause this person to show up? You heard me right. Your soul, it's in your contract. Why would this person show up? So in this case, why did that woman or man, what was it, male or female?
Female.
Okay, that's what I felt. That female, why is that female showing up to Amy? Why did her soul do this? Why did her soul project this? Now, you got to understand, it has nothing to do with, oh, I'm blaming this one. No, get out of the ego. You're nothing doing that. So now let's take a little further. Why does the soul project this? So that she had to see it? Because she had to deal with hopelessness. Amy had to deal with that it's hopeless. And this is then where Amy will have to see if over time, if she lost hope. Okay. So why would you have hope? Why would you get your hopes up? So where did you decide I have to stop getting my hopes up? And then you train yourself with your brain going, oh yeah, I'm never going to get paid, or I'm never going to, okay, fine, I just have to give it up. Okay, you know what? And then you have to create a self-justificating story to make yourself sane. Why the fuck would you do that? Because what's very important is, I'm going to erase this, people. Oh, I think I am. Okay, that's not a very good eraser. Okay, why? What would I just say, Amy? And of course, you don't remember.
Hopelessness.
Okay, so why would I give up hopelessness? Why would I give up hope? Because my stability, the stable, the security, and your safety, all three were threatened. How in the hell did that get threatened? Because you have a first and a second and a third chakra. These are levels of consciousness. These three represent survival. They consume. This is where you live in the world. But they need to evolve because there's many levels in each one of them. So, I can't have kids. Oh, your mind becomes muddled, your security feels off, and your safety feels off. Oh. Now, this is where you got to learn to cope, handle, deal, manage, pacify. Why do you give a baby a pacifier? Because it's trying to pacify what's going on in their space. Even though it's not nothing to you, it's running its whole sensory system in the whole environment. It sees shit that you can't even see. How's that for you? Okay. So you have to do self-justification to see if you can stabilize. You have to tell yourself a story. Literally, you have to tell yourself a story that you're willing to believe and to keep. You got to create the security so that you don't have to go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, because you got to calm down that stress. And then as soon as you come up with a story, you're going to feel safe. But the problem is that when this program is born, you've invested, you've accepted. You know, it's hard to write sometimes like this. Accepted. Here's your big one. You believe. How much do we invest in that effort? You know, that's why I asked you to measure it from 0 to 10. And guess what? That's when we give our will power to the issue. And your ego then becomes more in charge. The emotions, the storyline, all of that become in charge. What does that do? You become less of your authentic self. You become less of who you truly are. You become your story, you become your pain, you become how you got to make sure that always stays safe, because now you can't disturb this. Because if that gets disturbed, what the hell's happening next? And you have a hard enough time already for your brain to catch up with the reality that just happened in front of you. Okay? Because every day you create you with your frontal lobe. What is reality? Does this make sense? Mm-hmm. I'm assuming with your big smile, you're happy with what you're seeing. You're just like, I still want to heal this. And so, why did she have to show up? Why did this happen? Well, first off, I see a little bit of a panic. I see a little bit of, I see she hasn't been able to heal how people have controlled her, because it goes back to when she was adopted, because she had no control. It was consciousness came in and I said I wanted here. What am I doing over here? And then you feel the rejection and the loss and all of this. So we're learning to heal all of those tentacles. But anyway, there's a hystericalness going on and invading energies. And she felt all this as a baby. Now she has to experience it as an adult. There is so many different levels on the kaleidoscope of life. Your kaleidoscope of life. Each of those are a slice of perspective on one little dot. One little tiny dot. And you're like, what the hell? What lesson am I supposed to learn here? Well, sometimes it's just to let go of the program. Sometimes it's just to unlearn and relearn something different. Sometimes it is to evolve by taking what's unconscious and incompetent and revealing it so that it's no longer unconscious and no longer are you incompetent. You're like, oh, that's what it is. And you begin to connect the dots. It's easy when you start to see how it's broken down and that you'll get this. I remember when they first introduced it to me, it was me and spirit and a dry erase board. I'm like, I don't even have a person to talk. Oh, okay, that's right. Sorry, non-fleshies. You are people. You fine. I pretend that they're in. Well, I didn't pretend. They were all there anyway. I said, okay, teach me. Why did this just happen? What? They're like, okay, put this word down. And I put it down and I started to see the pieces of the puzzle. And the whole key was that I defined each word. Defined. Oh, I know those words. No, redefine it. You need to find the level of paradigm that you're on. You need to find what level of consciousness you are in that paradigm. And you have to find out how emotions and thoughts create form. Simple as that. It creates form. You have to take the emotions out of it so that form collapses. So that all of a sudden, see, like when you reach in the quantum field, and you have all these variables, it's a wave. You're like, that one. Oh, yeah, see? I knew he was going to be mean to me. Why did you choose that one? Put the damn thing back. Make it into a wave again. Stop collapsing that into reality, okay? But when you have collapsed it into reality, you got to collapse it again so that, and you got to get your energy off it and let it go back into the quantum field. And then you raise your education. You get to reach in and get better. Oh, good. I have a choice. I can see that whether he's good for me or not. Okay. But the thing is that you're building your confidence inside. You're getting that self-esteem up. You're learning that you don't have to get lost in the matrix. Does any of this make sense to you people? I'd love to know. Okay. Again, Betty, you get it. Awesome. Thank you, Amber. Okay. And it's so important that you don't have, thank you, Jiz. Oh, well, I can't see the screen over here, but it's not hard. So this is what the healing group's going to be. First one is going to be the empowerment to enlightenment. And it's going to be a weekly, no, don't do that to me because it's going to happen at least once a month or twice. We're going to get you out of the matrix into a non-judgmental space. The frequencies are going to help you learn. And you're going to have this, and we're going to start breaking it down. And we're going to start to heal all of this, okay? And then more will be developed afterwards. But you need to get out of the matrix because a lot of people, when I was in Michigan, people would come to class once or twice a week, and they were happy to get out of the matrix. But they knew the moment they walked through out that door and leave me, they're like, oh my God, I go back out there. But this is where we have to build your confidence level up. You can do this. It's called self-empowerment, but by being enlightened. And when you start to bring certain things to consciousness, you're going to get more competent. Trust me. If I can do it, you can do it. All right. So any questions, Aim, about any of this, except for how would she heal any of this? You're learning how to stop correcting yourself because you've got to own your moral, your character, your personality, and say, I don't mind showing up for people, but I also am not going to be someone that can be so relied on that I don't have a voice because I don't want to become an it in the relationship. Yes, I want people to come to me, but I also want to hold my truth. I am a healer. She's like, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. You're using healing tools. The healer is someone that heals himself. That's the greatest healer. Reluctant healers when they won't use the healing tools on themselves. Do you understand that? If you choose not to evolve, you have no right to teach other people. Because if I told you I could teach and get you $1 million, and then I don't have any of that in myself, why in the hell am I teaching you about something if I don't use it myself? Now you have it in you. I have watched you grow completely and just since June, and I'm proud of that. Why? It has nothing to do with me. It has to do with the fact she's waking up. She could have rejected me at any time. But it's so good to see the soul get the light back that it's lost, and the different levels of the light help you wake up. Okay, we're going to create this moment. We're going to help you get out of that daily grind of the self-talk of bitch, self-loathing. Oh, I have deserved to be this way. No, those are programs. And I want so much for your heart to not have to, because your heart is into the hells. And your heart needs to be loved. And your heart needs to be able to grow and to take off all that pain, and so you can get your willpower back. It has nothing to do with power like out in the world. It's about owning your power. It's about getting your life back. Does this make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
Good. And so the more that you allow yourself to dive in to these stories, this is why I call it a live meditation. You're awake. You are beginning to be awake. And when you begin to become awake, you're alive. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, that stuck out like a sore thumb. Brenda says, write that down. Oh, that was a gem. Oh, I understand what she means by a gem. Oh, twangs. Oh, you get to start to deprogram yourself. And the lesson is that when you understand from the heart, because if you close it down, you can't learn your lessons. But if you open that baby up, and I'm not talking about open it up to be vulnerable and get hurt. I'm talking about healing the stuff that stops you, that completely stops you. Okay? You're going to get to the state of where your gut, your heart, and your mind that's connected to the higher self, it all makes sense. Why the hell would my soul sign up for this? And you're like, I have to find out what love isn't, and I forgot to let go. Because you don't know it's dark until you discover there's electricity. And then you're like, why am I sitting in the dark? You turn on the light. What happens? The light and the dark marry. It's not the two extremes. It's the middle. And when you marry those two, that's why people shouldn't run from the shadow. There is strength within that. I need to have my self-esteem. And you go to that extreme, it's too poison. But if there is that sweet spot, you're going to find it, you're going to get it, and you're going to heal and get past it. You just got to put investment. You are so worth it. Invest in yourself. Don't let anybody else sit there and write your story for you. Okay? That's ironic. But but you got to see how you're put together. Connect those dots. It's time to wake up, people. It's time to have control of your matrix and make your own damn matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I didn't realize the time. So thank you very much, Amy. I appreciate you coming in and doing this for us. And we're going to go on to see if there's anybody that's paid. Remember, if anybody wants a reading, that it's an expedite. So you get 6 minutes for $9. And there's a link up above that shows you how to, where to go. See if you want to just pay. And if not, you can ask and Amy will show you where to go and how to do all that. So I thank you for doing this and being with us. Okay, you're now in my space. Get out. Okay. Thank you, Ames. We'll talk to you soon. All righty. So now, let's just regroup. I'm going to double check. And we have our first, and that is Jasmine. Oh, Jazzy, how are you, darling? I don't know what that's about. After Jazz will be Sharon Gallon and let's see, and then after that is Helen Stanafko. Okay, I really wish they would get the right brain and the left brain to work when I'm doing spirit, because this sucks when I'm trying to write or I have not developed that, people. That's a flaw. Yep. Okay, I own it. Jazzy. What is it you want to talk about, sweetheart? So you can either call in, Jazz, or you can write me here. So when you know that after 6 minutes are up, you know that you're next, write to me. Tell me what it is you want to talk about, or you can call me if we're friends. How do you call? Well, personally on Messenger. You can call me if we're friends. You call, and then we can do a live show. So your face doesn't get shown. You didn't get to see Amy's. All you did was hear her, and you benefit so many people by this. Just waiting for Jazz to come in back. And General, please. Okay, so I take it you want to go through this way. Okay, so now I know Jazz because we've worked a few times, and I'm just going to, they said, base it off that energy field. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so where is she? You keep attracting a certain amount of energies in. I don't know what that is. Okay, the more that you are being enlightened or your abilities are awakening, you need to use more of the white light that is, they look like rings. Have you ever seen a Stargate? Okay. Do they stack on top of each other? You need to start making sure that yours is always on. Okay? Because for some reason, you have been like picking up frequencies. This can sound strange. Extraterrestrial beings. You are like a radio signal. There's sometimes you pick up. And I don't know how well that you're tuned into it and how well you have received it. Not sure how yet. Okay. Okay. And let's see here. Okay, so I will have to check you out, Jazzy. Let's see. I had just come with a new friend. I don't know how well he's willing to do this, but we're going to check out some different energies and clean those out. You have a self-suffering program, and it's located in the body parts. Oh, I gotcha. Have you ever done hypnotherapy? That might actually help too. Because there's a voice inside there in one of your parts. This is going to sound strange. I usually don't talk about this stuff, but apparently we need to today. Where is it at? All over? Can it jump through all the parts, or is it just attached to one? It affects the orientation, and it affects the thymus. Is that where it's at? Okay. And what does it do to the brain? Creates the self-suffering. All right, so why is the attachment there? And what's it attached through? Do you get cloudy thinking? Okay, have you had any cloudy thinking right lately? Because and have you felt, and I know it's you, Jazz, but the energy inside that I see, there's a phobia of energy that's locked in there, and it needs to be released. And if I ask when, they said by the age of 12, and there's something very, not really, just been sluggish. Okay. The thymus is related to your sluggishness. Okay, so if I were to look just at sluggy, they're saying your triple warmer has been very high, active. And you have, okay, so is it true you can't be yourself lately? In front of somebody or something, you can't really be yourself. The question is, do you feel you can't be yourself all the time, or don't know what yourself is? Do you know who you are? Do you know who that self? Yes. Okay, so that delay, that's why I like when people call. So, because what I'm picking up is at age 12, you have some, it's the story that follows you. The story can be sounding like you feel attacked sometimes, and that some of the people like to affect your pride, and you feel wounded. Who are you attracting in that's causing? Okay, so has somebody made you feel, help someone else. Okay. Made you feel disdainful. Made you feel disdainful. It's like they wanted you to feel a certain way, so they would do certain actions to make you feel a certain way. Does that make sense? And then before you know it, it's happening, because then you're like, here we go again. It's like you're deficient to have that boundary and that healthiness that says, this is who I am, but you can feel it come in and you're just like, oh. So it's like the same old story. Does that make sense? And for some reason I feel no, it's not intentional. It's a program, Jay, is because a lot of these programs are just programs. It's like, this is what's happening. This is how you agreed to have a communication with people. And this is an old program. You can't have them show up to you any other way than you let them. And if they have that temperament of doing that, then they don't probably know they're doing it either. That's the weird part. You're asked to address an arrested development that created at age 12. And so you stopped yourself from being something at age 12. You stopped yourself at a certain point, and you haven't been able to get beyond it. So you haven't grown beyond that. And you can always feel the invading energies that keeps you going into a contraction energy. And at the same time, your body starts to grow outward. You contract your energy in. It's a form of protection that people do. Okay. Inside, I don't know if you're doing it. I think you're burned out, but the point is, it's panic. I don't think you feel it in your mind. I feel it in the body. And it's like to keep you in check so that you don't cross that line that you chose. And it's the identity you took. Identity to be what? A victim? No. That if I expand myself, then, hold on. If you expand yourself, then you have to live through others. It's like you haven't gotten past that. You have to live through others people's expectations, their beliefs. So every time you try to do that, you're reminded how you have to stay there. Okay, somebody said something over here. Let me look. What did she say? I swear I saw something. No, I don't see it. Goddess said something. I swear I saw something. Lynn. Okay, so next is Sharon Gallon. Oh, well, thank you. She says, I look amazing. Just a general reading. You got that. Let me just double check. Why aren't my 1-minute reads coming in? Where are they located? Why isn't that working? Wasn't that funny? I know some of you have wrote me. That is totally bizarre. Where are they sticking them? All right, so when you write me, it's Medicine Woman. Make sure you spell that right with an A, Medicine Woman, number 4, the letter U.com. And I've looked in my spam box. I see nothing. So something's not coming through, people. Why is that not coming through? Huh. Spirit has said, somebody, and as far as when in a live show, if somebody asks me in Instagram, I'm not sure how to connect with that. That doesn't make sense. Where is it at? Why is this not working? All right, hold on. I hate fixing anything, but Sharon Gallon, while we're waiting, have you decided? You said anything general, so Sharon, is your last name different than what you said in PayPal? Okay, so Brenda, let's see if yours has shown up. Yes, Brenda, yours has shown up. That's good. And you have put in there, okay? Okay. That's good. Okay, you don't have to worry about Sharon. So Sharon, I'm assuming that's you. Gallon is your last name. Good. All right. So she said just general, but she said had surgery last week, laying in bed. Oh, thank you. Okay. So I'm just going to wait a second. That's an interesting feel. That's bizarre. What am I feeling? It's like, do people want your, how do I put it? While you're trying to recuperate, do you feel people are trying to get your attention? Because I feel like the medication is doing something, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, what? Wait, what? That's the weirdness I feel. If that makes any sense to you. That is just weird. What's funny is I only got 1 minute free read for people. Okay, I haven't set your timer, Sharon, yet. Amy Schmalls is the only one that's come through. Nobody else has come through. And so if you said that you sent a request, I don't know where you sent it. So please be aware that it's important to, and the reason I do this is because I was giving free reads away and people just left and people never watched it. And it was Spirit says, no, you're not doing that. You want people that want it, that really want it. It's worth it. Okay. So Spirit says, why did the surgery happen? You can tell me what it is, but you've been in the it position. It's like the I-you relationship is that people respect and you have this reciprocity. And I-it is that you become the object. And you kind of don't know where your place is. They said that the compatibility relationship with yourself, no, people, one particular person, two, how many? Two particular people. It has gone into the negative. So it's a -2. Compatibility needs to be 100%. When it goes into plus, it's a +10, +9, +8, +7, you're going to start noticing disruptions in the relationships. But when it starts getting into the negative, this is when it starts to affect you physically because you can no longer figure out how to create a relationship in a healthy way. So then the body starts taking a hit and then the universe starts changing certain things. And that is what I'm seeing. So it's about that relationship in progress. Okay, so in this case, it's not now whether they get their attention, but it is the program. And the program is very much, it's awkward. And I feel then, 11, around 11, you weren't sure where to place your attention to. Okay, hysterectomy. Again, this hysterectomy is saying that there was a lot of low self-esteem. Then it goes back to the compatibility issue. It goes right back there again. And the body says, what am I supposed to do? Okay, what am I supposed to do? And you're not paid attention to. How interesting is that? Because you can be the most busiest woman in the world, take care of everything and everybody, but if you're not paid attention to through love, the adoration, and putting the effort into you, when you don't really have that and it's just take, it can get very tiresome. It gets very worn out. And a lot of times we just like, when women have hysterectomy, we're like, no, there's no way I want to have to go through that pain anymore. I don't want to have to raise any more kids anymore. It's not that you don't love kids or any of that. It's just that your body's going, oh, hell no, I just can't do that. Okay, you just had enough. And there's a part of you that you have been rising up to be more you. You may think you're you, but I feel like you're more programmed than you were yourself, if that makes any sense, okay? And they're saying that it's so important you begin to understand and wake up that you have an urge that's kind of like saying it's ready to be heard. You're ready to be heard. Does that make sense? And I don't know if you even heard yourself yet. Clear? What about it? You've been feeling disconnected lately? Well, with the hysterectomy? No, with people. Okay, because I can see the disconnections already from the body, and those need to be repaired. Gotcha. Fix the electromagnetic energy in that. How many? So she ended up having one frozen that causes the hysterectomy, and that's the large intestine, which then affected the circulation sex meridian. So you'll need to get. I never get any thanks in return. I've had a reading with a while ago, and I was totally disconnected from. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, take a magnet, a refrigerator magnet. Imagine this is a magnet. It has a front and back. You're going to go to this point right here. Okay? You're going to go right here. And on both sides, you're going to take your magnet and you're going to swipe it back and forth, back and forth. Okay? You're going to do both sides. Both sides of the magnet. Do it at least 12 sweeps on both sides, and then you're going to take your finger or your thumb and you're going to rub 30 times on each side. You got to get that energy moving again so it starts feeding all of the rest of the meridians, if that makes any sense, okay? Because if it makes sense, then you will allow yourself to be free of this electromagnetic frozen energy. So let's look a little bit further. If she clears that, will energy go into healing the area? No. What does she need to do to heal the area? Okay, so do you want her to rub? Do you have anything else for that? Yes. Okay, so to help that spleen. Okay, so right here in the middle, right in the middle, both sides, you're going to rub good 30 times. And then between here is a spot right there. I want you to rub good 30 times. And then you're going to go here, not in the back, not up here, but right here. And you're going to get those going. You're going to need to tap those to get in there and get that echo going. And then on your foot, okay, we got to get that immune system to start to repair the body. See that point right there? Here's your big toe and then the bump, okay? That is where you need to rub both sides. And when you begin to do that, it'll start getting the energy flowing, because it's not that you're a slow healer. It's just the energy is not feeding all the rest of the meridians. And, that's what I can tell you so far. Oh, thank you, Rachel. Okay, so what we need to do is, I'm not sure why the 1 minute reads are not coming in. Oh, just pay attention to how you write it, because for some reason, we've only got one person that wants a free read. Okay, next person on the list is Stephanakos, Helena. Why can't I spell it? Okay, whatever. All right, so Helena, and after Helena will be Brenda. Smoke. Okay, we'll go that route. That is so bizarre. Whatever, just gonna let it go. Oh, Elaine. Gotcha. That's you. Okay, so Elaine said, okay, so what do you want to talk about, dear? What do you want to talk about? That's important. So it's so funny because I think after an hour, Instagram cuts off. All right, so that must be my own hot flash. Yeah, I think it is. It's quite bizarre, people. Okay. We're going to get this fixed real quick. It's driving me bonkers. Isn't that funny? All righty. recentered, rebacked. I don't know what she wants, so I'm just going to go with the general. And if you come on and say that you want something different, I'd be glad to address it. What I see for one, so I feel like actually pulling cards. Oh, my oldest daughter and I also lost lots of hip pain, right hip shoulder. Ooh, my oldest daughter and I. So that's why we grabbed the cards. All right, Spirit, you heard what she said. You're going through cycles. Oh. So you have lost energy. So now if I'm going to look, we're going to take the daughter first. Okay, so the daughter's story of why there is pain, helplessness, disapproved, lack of power. What the hell? It's the way you cope. So you severed the love, and that's the way you cope. When you have those three going on, so the pain is your protection. Oh, so the same for her? Yes. It was passed through the genetic chain. So now, so the issue then is that because you couldn't resolve it, she can. So yours came also from your family side. What is the story? We understand. Okay, what is the story? What is it? What you just told me? No. What do you need to resolve so that you do you experience any cloudy thinking? Because they said that there's a part of you that soon as people talk, then all of a sudden there's this control energy that happens, and then you go into cloudy thinking. Then it becomes an automatic response inside the body, and your body is like, that's why it's doing what it's doing. But you have to wake up and realize that you need to disconnect from this particular way of being. Why? Because some people, it happens to be about that paradigm of narcissism, of gaslighting, about how they want to control the situation so they get their outcome. So how they, and you're an it, you're just an it. They say they love you, but that love is a completely different story, if that makes any sense. I lost my screen. And they said that when you begin to see a cycle of pattern, and the thing is did this happen in your family growing up? Okay. And that's how you look at it. So there's a part of your body. I have the fear of being controlled. And the hips, as metaphorically, is that it's how you can shift your weight, hold your own, shift your weight and moving forward with your life. And as you are moving forward with your life, it seems to be bumping up against other people that says no. Okay. And the shoulder is that you're getting tired of holding onto what they want you to do. And as that you're holding it on your shoulder and your hips, it's like when mothers are told not to carry the babies just on one side of the hips because it can throw your hips out of alignment because there's too much energy distribution that is off balance. You need to switch sides. You need to, and the thing is that you've never been able to come into balance with it because you had this right from the get-go, and you can watch how it comes through the timeline. What would I tell you to heal? So because you've already got the connection, is the overwhelm. Is because 24/7, all I can feel is this overwhelm. It's like it's a big mag truck sitting on you, or a Mack truck, whatever you want to call them, that's sitting on you, and you got to carry this, and it's not yours to carry. But you were taught, that's such a good thing. You're such a good little girl. You had to carry the load. It's not your job to carry their load. They have, you understand what I'm saying? And there's a part of you that's got to get that self-esteem built up inside of you. And knowing that you do have the right, and you have to give yourself permission, because when these happen, it's you never got accepted, you never got the permission, but you got the permission, to carry the load. You got permission. So it's about unwinding how your thinking happens and what you need to do about it, if that makes any sense to you. Okay. Because your body is saying it doesn't want to do it anymore. It's tired. And it's very draining. So now I'm going to look. Is there any frozen meridians? Oh, shitload. 4. Sorry. The liver is that, well, it's frozen because the exertion of the power. Once your body stops. Okay. And so then that's the cycle. She says, yes, I'm trying to unload these responsibilities, but you can't because it's a magnet. You have to bring it in. Your second meridian is your circulation sex or pericardium meridian. And the reason that one's frozen is because you're petrified if you make them be responsible. And then you have disapproval that will be thrown in the mix of it. The third meridian that talks is a kidney meridian. And it says, oh my God, there's always this dread and this wailing, this whining that comes from these people. And it really, see, it's really messed up my body right now. Oh, did I need to feel all that? So you match it. So it's like a pendulums. So if your pendulums are just going all over the place, let's say, then what happens is eventually they have to, oh, sorry, I shut you off. Be quiet. Now I lost the pendulum. Well, the whole point is that eventually both pendulums would start to go in the same direction. So you're matching and resonating with them. So you don't have your own energy. So however they dictate or create the frequency, you begin to match it, and then you have to morph into what they want. I have to finish this. I cannot just let you hang. And the fourth one is the lung, which is self-imposed limitation. So I have to stop myself from being me, and I won't act this way, and I'll have to do this. Then all these happen. So we got to break that cycle. There's a lot of healing that you can do. You could just tap out what I said by using EFT, but you need to get a refrigerator magnet, and you need to do this for yourself so that you can get those meridians running in your body, so you don't always have to be the program. That's why the cycles are there. So your first one is on your wrist. Okay, I don't know if all of them can see it. And that is this point here. That's your circulation sex. You're going to use a magnet, both sides, 12 times on that point on both wrists. And then you're going to take and rub a good 30 times on both sides to get it running. Your lung, you need to put the magnet there as well. So it's this point and this point. You can take the magnet and do both. Okay. Shoot, I would just do all the way across. You got lung, circulation, sex, and heart. Just take the mag, go back and forth, and then good. I take 3 fingers and I can rub those all at once. 30 times. Do the other side. You have your kidney, and then you have your liver. The kidney is behind the ankle bone. Okay. You need to rub that. And here's your big toe. See, ankle bone, rub that. And then the other one I said was the liver. No, wait. Yeah, liver. That is, there's your 2 toes, come together, find where the 2 bones come together, and you're going to rub there, okay? And then you're going to rub it. But take the magnet on those 4 spots, 12 times each, both sides, and then both sides of the body. And then you rub both sides of the body, and you're going to start getting that energy and that strength back. And eventually, if you begin to use EFT on those things, you're going to be able to change the way the energy is compatible with what's going on. And then you're going to have your power come back to you, and then you can stand up and change it. Okay. Now we got that. So I heard, so we got 2 minutes, or 2 people doing the 2-minute read. So again, if you have not sent your reading or sent a message or question, then, now we go to Brenda. She says, recently talked to an old boyfriend, he's moving back here. Will he finally make it permanent? Will we? Okay, so now I'm just letting the spirit download. We don't need to do echoes. Okay, one of the things that just pops up is this putting all your eggs in one basket. Now, that's a saying I think someone told you. It's like you were not allowed to really get all your hopes up. I don't know if that was something that someone said, but well, alrighty. It's dogma. It's See, it says religious factors, but it doesn't even have to be about religion. It's about the dogma. It can be the religion in the household. It can be the way that people think. But they're saying that it's how you were told to think about something. So if you believe you can't have something, then that's going to actually be a blocker to how you would want to live, if that makes any sense to you. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to see. Okay, so I can see that I have to work, you'll have to work on something here that blocks you. One is what I just said, but there's something to do with, will we make it permanent? Okay, Spirit is going to say, release your ex. So you're carrying baggage from the other relationships, and you can apply that onto it. Now, when some people say, well, I really haven't had an ex. Well, you had family, okay? And that relationship with them is they're your first loves when you come into this world. But if you can't get past, if you can't tolerate certain people, you're going to, as soon as they demonstrate something similar, but not the same, you're going to go, oh, hell no. Okay? You need to heal out your little triggers. So when you allow yourself to open up and to communicate, it says, let your friends help you. And it's not that you want your friends to run your world. It's just that sometimes you need to feel like you are supported. And I feel in a way you don't know if you are supported completely, if that makes any sense. Because they said that you have to let go of these habits, that you have to become like your friends, resonate like your friends, be like your friends. Because you're moving in a whole new area, you won't be vibrating the same as your friends. Does that make sense? So you're going to have to get a new set of friends. Sorry, I don't want to say it that way. You have to get more people that are more like-minded to what you think, because you're developing your character and your personality. And as soon as you start to get stronger, then that energy with this person will become stronger too. So what will be some of the roadblocks that will stop you? And is that you haven't freed yourself from these strict control issues, whether you have control issues or some people have controlled you, but those patterns are in place. When those patterns are in place, you're just going to go back to old habit. I don't care if you've been single and you're like, oh, that's all good. You haven't resolved it. You're going to carry it to the next part of you. Does that make any sense? Okay. And again, they're saying you haven't released something of of the old stuff in the past. So will you two be together? Yeah, but will you make it what she wants? No. And does she need to let go of how it looks? Yes, because it's going to come in differently. If you are going to hold a particular pattern of how it looks, then you're going to be doing this. And so he's coming in from this angle, wanting to approach you differently. Let's say you got to learn the 5 languages of love. He listens one way of language, and then you listen another way, and you can't hear each other. So begin to understand the 5 languages of love, and take down that I expect it to look like this, and just kind of let it go, and then know to live in expectancy. Something's going to show up, and that you are open to allowing yourself to grow with it, not compromise, not giving away your power, not trying to control it. You are learning how to find the third option. For instance, my husband likes the curtain in front of the window. I like the curtain open because I like the sunshine. He likes the sunshine too, but he feels exposed. And I understood his side. And so I went and found some lace curtain to put in front. And that was not a compromise. We both got what we wanted. Okay, but there was a third option. It's learning to find that third option. It's like having a towel in the bathroom. I need a towel to dry my hands because I wash my hands all the time, And somehow his habit is he takes and get the towel with him when he dries his hands, and I don't have one. And it's like, okay, how do I solve this? Because we have 2 different habits, and it's not that I have to force him to change his, and he doesn't have to force me to change mine. I went and created a what do you want to call it? I crocheted a little hook on top of one of my towels, and I attached it to a thing. So when you dry your hands, you have to drop the towel. Otherwise, you're going to take the whole thing with you. There is a third option. Start downloading. Don't think, oh my God, this is it. I can't do this, is that. So as you guys begin to emerge, now you're trying to get a yes or a no, but you have to grow with each other. But if you're not willing to do that, then you're going to create blockers. If you're going to hold and pull, like for instance, from your ex, you held a lot of guilt, or whether it was put upon you or you had it, you need to get rid of it, because you don't need to bring that to how you define this new relationship or that particular relationship. And in the past, because you said it was something old, he said, is that you can't figure it out. Literally, that's an emotion. I can't figure it out. You need to go tap that out, because you have that from the past with him, and you have brought this together. And so if you're coming together, you're going to bring the same pattern. It's not going to be any difference about time. There's no such thing as time when you come to this. Okay, so you need to tap out how I can't figure it out. That's why, that way you can grow. Okay, so we're doing good. And now we're going to check to see if anybody else is paid. Okay. And then we are going to go to here, and we have finally, we've got a few 1-minute reads, and we'll go from there. Okay. Breathing in and changing. Somebody is back into the room that has lower intestinal issues and the colon issues. I don't know why, but you're getting my attention physically, So, Miss Amy, for your 1-minute read, we're going, set the timer. Now, I'm going to ask Spirit, anything else in particular that could address this? Yes. Lofty energy. You can be a strong woman, and you can, stand up and be lofty to people, but that's not your true nature. So you need to take in what stops you from, I don't like lofty energy. Take your energy off that. And then you're going to start getting that confidence within yourself, because you can't feel confidence if you're putting that energy over there, that I don't want this, I don't like this. So you have to heal an intolerance. I can't do this. So it'd be L2S for you, because it's about feeling that life's unfair and it's their way or the highway. You need to finish that out, because it's starting to disrupt the way that you are feeling. Okay, if that makes any sense. And for those of you on Instagram, and Amy, I'm going to talk to you afterwards. I don't know. Is that you, Amy, that's not feeling well? Someone is not feeling well. It just throws me off extremely. Somebody in Instagram, if you have wanted to have a free read, it is, wow, I don't feel well. Medicine Woman, the number 4, the letter U at doctor.com. Why don't I feel well, people? Is this mine? No. Why is it I'm absorbing this? Yes and no. This is about something that, what is this? What is this? Somebody is creating a massive broadcast energy. Are they even aware of it? Who wants my attention so damn bad that it's hurting me? Okay, I need to know right now, because I'm going to block it, but I'm going to. What's happening, dear? What's happening? What do you even know? Okay? I think it's Michelle. What the hell is going on? Brenda, did you miss it? Oh, thank you, Betty. Yeah, look at the timestamp. Amy, do you remember what timestamp it was? Okay, Michelle, talk to me real quick, because my God, this is an awful pain. Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't like to do this, but Spirit is trying to tell me she needs something. You have no idea. Okay, so I'm going to base this on looking at my body, and I'm just going to give you a read. Okay, Michelle? immediately before I even start, they said, she's got to heal something. Amber, okay. No, that is the knot. You have to get rid of that. But Michelle, oh, you have the compulsion that you have to be indifference. It's like you can't show emotion, or you can't, that would make sense. Is it true that you can't show emotion, Michelle? Because let me tell you what, that would explain why there's a lot of pain. When you feel gurgling sounds, weird stuff that happens in your gut, whether it's your stomach or intestines, this is unresolved emotions that need to escape. Okay, so you might be a type that swallows your emotions. Okay, it is definitely you, Michelle. So tell me if that makes any sense to you. Okay, so you have to be indifferent. So you compelled. Compelled means without knowing it, it's a program. Boom! I gotta correct myself. I gotta be compelled to shut up. I gotta be. It's definitely a deep program, and your body is saying it's done. It does not want to do that anymore because it's your body is talking to me, not you. Your body is so done with you having to always have to show up that way to people. They says, I'm done being an it. I don't want to be an it. I'm a real person. You know, you feel overpowered by these energies, and they literally are lofty energies. So whoever, whatever this is, you have got to take your power back. And this is a message for all of you. Okay. She's unable to express herself because she's really not allowed. Because this energy, wherever it is, even if it's in her space and she does not see anybody, this goes back to when she was 13. And she can tell me what happened at 13 if she remembers. But it's freaking dictating. And her body is saying, I'm doing an active memory and it won't stop. Now, when you don't really know all the details and you know it's an active memory, you know that you're getting this, I want you to understand it's controlling all of your meridians, all 14 of them. It's affecting how you're communicating with the meridians and the chakras from the planets to the Mother Earth. Okay? Even though even though I don't understand why I can't be myself, why I have to be indifferent, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. You need to literally go into and do EFT, and I would do the full gamut. I would do where you're looking down to the left, to the right, making big cat eye circles, nice and slow, back and forth, and then you're gonna hum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you are going to start measuring how it's different, because now, just for me doing this on myself, remember I'm a mirror, it just calmed down. I thought I was going to have to run to the bathroom, and I'm thinking, what the hell did I do? So you would do a couple rounds. You can help that body to say, it's okay, I'm here, I've got you. And you can say, even though I don't know what's going on, but I gave you some insights. All right, you can do this. You can do this. Holy shit. Everybody, I'm telling you, when your meridians are all controlled like that, you just stop and say, even though I don't know what the hell's going on, or whatever language you use, I don't care. You use the full gamut. Do you understand? You got everything. You just use it all. But I will look at my video, Medicine Woman, the number 4, the letter U.weebly.com. Okay? Go there, look under healing tools, EFT or emotional freedom technique. You need to get your body to just see, like mine's calmed right down now. I don't need to go to the bathroom. It's not that I had to disconnect from her. It was to look inside and say, why is my body doing this? My body needs support. You can heal yourself. This is not a joke. Okay. Bye, David. Good to see you. Okay, so now you can do this, and there's a lot of things, Michelle, you can do, because you came in earlier. There's a lot of things. I mean, you may even want abuse. Okay, you might want to do a private read, sweetheart. do a private read with me, get some of this healing going, it's going to take more than one healing, but guess what? One healing can do a major leaps. You just ask any of the people just ask anybody that that does this, that's had a particular healing. You'd be amazed. Yeah, Amber just, Amber had she can explain it better, but I watched her whole energy shift and she's like, oh. And I'm so happy that she felt better, because no one should have to be in pain. Not one single person. Okay, now it's starting to come out. Woo! Thank you, Amber. Yes, keep doing it, and don't quit, because you're so important. Keep investigating, healing, all of those things to yourself. All right, sorry for the interrupt, people, but y'all need to learn from that. She needed something, and we actually can do support. Now, also, if any of you want a healing, a 1 minute healing, you're like, I don't want to read, but I need a healing. Then all you say is you go to Medicine Woman, the number 4, the letter U @dr.com, say, I want a 1 minute healing. And we'll all come together and raise the vibration and do a 1 minute healing. Okay? We will. Because once you start that step like Amber did, you're like, oh my God, there's a lot of shit that's coming to the surface. And it's asking your soul, honey, don't be sorry, dear. Your soul wanted you to talk to me, and the spirits wanted me to help you, because we're helping everybody. We're all in this together. Okay? We're all in this together. There's more work to be done, a lot more work to be done. Okay, let me get back to, let me just double check to make sure nobody else has, 2 more people have paid. Okay, so I'll have to come back to the readings in a minute, 1 minute reads. Do note that. Amy put a timestamp, say something like 1 minute reads will resume after an expedite. Vintage Babe, hey Tammy, she's learned to put her name in. That's funny, Tammy. All right, Miss. So is that for 2 reads, Tammy? I can't. It's so hard when they don't send that right. But anyways, if it's for 2 reads, because you can have up to 2 reads. Some people can. That's 1 read. $9, 9 times. Yeah, so that's 1. So you can have up to 2 reads if you want, if that's serious enough. So ready, Miss? Yeah, okay, Tammy. So just general. Okay, so you've been letting in new light. That's good. All right, numbers work. You've been letting in more light, Tammy, because all of a sudden, as I could feel all the energy shift, because normally I feel my cords swap out. In this case, I felt all of the stuff that I had just experienced with people and just let it loose. Now, at the same time, I could feel a pulsation around my 3rd chakra, or third eye, 6th chakra. And they said, are you aware of the subtleties of how that they go through each seal? Okay, so what I mean by that is, here's your aura. We're just going to go out and say that you have all these layers, and each one of these layers is a seal point. And each one of these layers of the seal point is that you have to work through all of your shit with each of those chakras. So each chakra has a seal point. So I feel like we're going to talk about the 6th chakra, and you're at the 3rd seal point, which is in the 3rd body. And they said that they want you to address how you do self-abuse. Now, people say, well, I don't abuse myself, because you don't really think about how self-abuse looks like. That makes any sense? So when it comes to what she needs to look at, is that her self-abuse is that she first has to start recognizing when her body becomes very awkward. It may not be in the mind. The mind is like, yeah, okay. The body's like, oh, okay. When you start to feel awkward, then you feel like there's injustice, or when it feels unworthy. Now, it's interesting because you don't even have to think these are yours. Erased it. When you do the rings out, you'll end up seeing maybe they feel awkward. Maybe they feel injustice. but it resonates so much. It's like you're over identifying and your body starts going, oh. So it starts responding to something, which means you have a program of something like that in the past that needs to be released. Okay. Injustice resonates. Okay. So when we look at this, the overwhelm follows injustice. And then the pride. In this case, the pride is this. Imagine you have Lucifer. He was actually number 2 good angel next to God. He was number 2, right hand of God, right? Just right there. And God said, I made all these people on the planet. Now you go and you go help them. But we serve you, God. No, thank you, but you need to go and serve them. No, we won't. We see them as unworthy. You're the only one worthy of us. God says, I'm sorry, that's pride. Pride before the fall. So what happened to Lucifer? He was an angel that got kicked out of heaven. You know the story. Why am I telling you this? Because it's about pride. It's about, do you see somebody else do you see yourself as unworthy? Do you see yourself? Because the worst judge in the entire world is when you judge yourself. Do you understand? So if you feel injustice, understand there's somewhere along the line you judged yourself so deeply, it says you can't have something. You've kicked yourself out of your own heaven. Does this make any sense? And then you have overwhelm and petrified because you aren't having that connection. Remember, this is the 6th chakra and the 3rd seal. And right now, I can't remember what the 3rd body is, but it's so important. Oh, probably losing Sophie. Let me look. That is really got a lot of emotion with that needs to be addressed. But in this case, it goes to the bigger story. And they're saying it's like how people resonate, they broadcast their shit. And you have to follow. It's not about losing somebody as much as it's about how you lost them, whether it is through death or through somebody getting custody or how it is. Do you understand? It is you want to break free from your issue, right? But if you look over and say it's their world, it's their life, but yet you still want in, and yet you're made to stand on the outside, then what do you do toward yourself to handle that? Okay? What do you do toward yourself to handle that? And they're saying that you have got to do through the whole kaleidoscope. And as you look at each one of these particular things, you are meant to look at how there's pain, which you need to let go of, loss, which you think that really exists. It does. Don't get me wrong, these do, but it's the emotion that keeps you tied. Because if you want something changed, you have to let go of the pain to see the change. The pain is a filter now. It's not going to allow you to see, because that's your story. This is my story. This is the pain. She's just a bitch. Da 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 da. Heal the pain. Heal those little things. And what will happen is that they won't be bumped up against all of those emotions. So we got to recreate a new compatibility. But you're asked to start healing those things so that your 3rd eye can go to the next seal. And they're saying that because D1LS, left wrist, first position soft, hold that. And I want you to feel that you have to give up. I want you to feel like you have to give up those expectations. I want you to feel that you're forced to accept your pain. That's what I want you to address. Okay, you guys are doing great. And, Garcia, Lillian. All right, sweetheart. Let's see how you're doing. Lillian, I saw you. What did you want to talk about, hon? Miss Garcia. She'll come back in a minute. Okay. Anyway, let's, my brain just switched. Wow, the chords are really slow today. Oh, are you saying that Lillian is busy doing something? Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to give a 1 minute read until Lillian comes on because not sure. That's gone. Fran Craft, 1 minute read. I have had very vivid dreams and do a lot of traveling, and in most of them, they leave me feeling I haven't slept a wink. What do you think the purpose is? I am also supposed to be doing something with the information that comes through my dreams. Okay, is she supposed to do something with it? Yeah, when it comes to the dreams, they are very specific, and you need to learn how to do dream interpretation, or you have me do them for you. But the point is that you're traveling, and they said a lot of it has to do with learning that you're not. How do you want to put it? Your journey needs to be looked at. Your journey of how you're traveling, because if you are on that journey so busy that you don't take that little time for yourself in between, you're going to have an issue. Do you understand? And so you have to look at what is your dream trying to tell you in your daily life. Now, there's a couple other interpretations that you can get from this, but they're telling me that your purpose is really to understand your life and to really get into that feeling that is it necessary to do these things? Because your dreams are trying to tell you something a little bit more elaborate. Okay, so I found Lillian's question. I just saw it. Lillian says, I would love a healing. Okay, she's going to, Lillian, that's for the expedite reading. Would love a healing. You got it. We'll come back to that in just a second. So we're going to, I just got received another one. So Miss Teresa Perkins after that. Lillian, I sent an email. I see that. So do you want me to just go through and tell you what you need to heal? Exactly, because she wants to enjoy the family this weekend. Yeah, I'll set the timer. Okay, here we go. Get your pen and paper, because this is going to be, they're sending energy through immediately to help you with the idea and to get it on the grid. And whoa, my head. When it comes, okay, here we go. When it comes to one person in particular, your mind does not want to catch up with the reality that this is the way that person is. You're like, oh hell no, the way this person is, oh hell no. And your mind does not want to accept this particular person. Now, this, you may not think it is in your brain, but your body keeps repeating this over and over and over to help you to integrate and to heal this particular thing, is that it's about contemplating. And it runs in cycles and it runs in circles. So you're going to have to do L3D. Oops. Yeah. L3D. So left wrist, third position, put your thumb down here, push in deep, and finger like this. L3D for that one. The other one you're going to have to do is to be something. I can't be something. I had to be something. Efforts are unreceived. So you need to hold L1S, left wrist, first position, nice and soft. Okay, my whole body is like going through, and it says the action of having to live, like when you're about ready to do that, and you have to, okay. So living the way they want, because you can see them. How do I do this? Like I'm going to do eye accessing. Oh, I can't remember if we did that. You're going to cover one eye at a time, and you're going to look, and you're going to look. I got to live this way with this person. This is ridiculous. Oh my God, oh my God. 1, 2, 3, switch. And then you just have to tell yourself, and you're really going to look on a scale from 0 to 10. There it is. Every time she says this, now notice that you're including your ears. 1, 2, 3, switch. And then remeasure. And if it starts to come down, just keep doing the same pattern of staring at it and switch. Again, remeasures. 10 is the worst, and you're going to slowly do this. You're going to keep doing this back and forth until it's 0 on both eyes, because your body's going, I don't want to accept this. I don't want to accept this, over and over and over. Because you know what it feels like to be an it. Because you feel like an it, then you're going to hold L2D. Okay? The second position, put your thumb in deep. Nice and deep. Okay? And the thing about this is that you're like, I don't want to let go of that, because that's the only way you have a little bit of a power. Excuse me. Wow. This is really you really feel that rejection, that because before you were really rejecting her, but now you're really beginning to feel how you're rejected. So that's true. And the vivid dreaming is, even though I said vivid dreaming in the other one, it was supposed to be also for this. You may not understand that you're vivid dreaming, because if you're dreaming and it's not vivid, you may be awake vivid dreaming, which means that you go in the right construction and you vividly dream about how she's going to predict to do this. If you know what I mean. Well, it's the same thing. And the person I read, Fran, if you're still listening, then you this point here, you need to begin to rub. Okay, this is circulation sex. Oh, that one does hurt. Rub that a good 30 times. But Lillian, you need to hold right wrist, third position. Put your thumb in there, and then you're going to push in deep. Okay. Okay, all I can hear about is that there's a little bit of panic. What about? What if? What? And it's about the reaction. There's a reaction. There's another particular reaction. It's like it's like you look over and this person's nice and sweet, but you're like, I know you're throwing darts at me, bitch. You can feel it, okay? And you're just like, what? You feel it. There's something very strange that's happening, okay? And they said that there's a compulsion that you need to hate her. You hate it. I need to hate that. Now, this applies to anything. You need to hate it because that's your response of protecting yourself. And they said that you can feel when your power is about ready to be taken away. And you're like, okay. And this is an old pattern. That's why you have to be so super strong. Then you would hold L2D. Okay? Do that one. Again, hold it for as long as you need it and get that number down to 0. They said that the etheric body is that you're very good at contracting the energy in, and then it gives them the space to do this to you. When you are doing this, and let's say you haven't done any of the healing, kind of learn how to get your energy to go out. I think that's the woman I feel. Yes, because it's very, even if she's not there, her presence is very much everywhere you're at, even including work. It's a picture. She's so strong in your field. I don't care where she's at. You are carrying her with you. So whether she's present or not, you feel that. Does that make any sense? I know you don't care about her, but her signature is found in a lot of people, and it's in your etheric field. You have got to go back to the old thoughts and roots. There's something still there. I wouldn't have came up. Okay, it's not in the thinking, it's in the past. There's something right there that's like in your field. And if you can heal this out, you can let go of that negative energy. And I would also put white light circles around you to clean yourself up and down. Okay. Yes, there you go. She says, I always feel like she's blocking my way. Yes, yes. And see, and that's the thing. It's a mark. And if we begin to heal those things, look at all the things I just told you, begin to heal those things, this will start to dissipate because it will have nothing to be attracted to or hold on to. Yeah, you have to do those things. Okay, so you can do this, Lillian. I know you can. Oh, my screen. Where in the world did everybody go? Okay, let's try this again. Miss P, Teresa Pumpkins, where is my dear? Can you tell me if I'm holding on to something that's made me have my current and my last few leg infections? The common denominator is I was around dogs, okay? Or I stood or sat from a while too long. I have for years been in bed mostly all day and prevent the silicone. Yes, okay, I think it could be the dogs where I put out the universe after I lost my dog while I was hospitalized. It would say, I don't care, or I can't have another dog right now. I can't replace what I don't, but I could be wrong. It may be the 14-year thing you mentioned. I can't figure out. I'm on my second antibiotics 4 times a day for 14 days. I want this stuff to stop, and I want it, and I'm ready to release. Good, so I can live my life continuously learning, teaching, helping others, like animals and infections. Okay. Have hindered some of that. Okay, so okay, so she's growing and she's using healing tissues and this. So let's find out. Does losing her dog have anything to do with this? Okay, so turn it on. Good job. Thank you very much. Okay, so they're saying that no, it goes right back to when you're 14, and it is related to a dog. So let's go back to when you're 14. Can you tell me any more that she needs to do? She walked away with obsessing. So thinking about something, what particular way is it that you pouted? Okay, so you pouted. So you have a pattern of pouting that when you're little or younger. If you do that, you need to heal that out, okay? Because that pattern of pouting is about feeling attacked. And if you have that going on and you have that feeling attacked and it's in the space, then your etheric body has been programmed to create these infections. And it's all about energy, because if I say, well, why is her body not fighting back? It is. But it doesn't have the strength because the obsession causes this to. So at 14, you obsessively thought, felt. What did you feel repetitively? I can't figure it out. That is the words. Okay, Miss P. R3D. So you're sitting in front of me. I'd say, okay, I want you to hold the right wrist, third position. Put your thumb here. Push it in deep. Finger here, wrap around. And Miss P, I want you to do this, and I want you to hold there, and I want you to think about obsessing thoughts. Now, you have such a pattern that you don't, it's causing the ringing in the ear. It tunes and changes the frequency, so you can't be compatible to the healing from that, so it causes you a disconnection from the planets. Oh, it's a high pitch, all right. It's an extreme habit. It's because I touched that. I don't want to remember. That's why I can't figure it out. Okay. That's a super duper ringing. 1, 2, 3. You're going to hear, I can't figure it out. I have a sluggish memory. And you are protecting yourself from the thing you don't want to obsess about, which your body is quietly obsessing about because it feels like it's being attacked. It is such a repetitive program. If you want to call, you go ahead and call. You got a couple minutes left? Yeah, sure. I mean, this ringing is very loud. Because as you begin to try to expand yourself, so grow out of that particular hell, your active memory will push you back down in because it's got to protect itself. It does not want to remember what happened. It does not want to remember what happened. Come on. And come on. I'm pushing you, you little turd. Oh, come on. I did it. Oh, no, not my camera. Hold on. I see you, but where's my camera now? Oh, well, that's just funny because there it is. There. Oh, no. Now what happened? They won't let me look at you. Oh, all you see is the whiteboard. I know. What happened? Well, that's not fair. Well, Miss P, anyway, we don't want to, there I am. Here I am. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So now, do you know what happened at that age?
The ringing, I was talking to you last time about the ringing. It's constant, nonstop.
Oh my God, that's annoying as hell.
It's annoying.
Yeah, it's once I tuned it down so I can actually hear, but that is loud.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So they said, again, you don't want to remember something. So do you know what happened at 14?
I don't remember anything.
So I'm going to ask, were you attacked? Okay. So will you tell me anything? They said, yes. Was she attacked? Was she hurt? Would she witness something? They said that you witnessed something. Oh, now see, there goes the nerves on the side of my head. Everything's irritating. So you witnessed something. It was very scary to you. Your brain has blocked you from remembering it. Did you create a new reality? No, you just said, I don't want to know it. I can't figure it out. So it's okay. So is it one of those things where you don't want to catch up to reality? No, I just don't want nothing to do with it. What can she do to heal this? Because it's affecting her ears? Yes. Rejection.
And my legs.
And your leg. Yeah, because your legs feel it being attacked. But this is about rejection. Oh, my God. My whole head now. My whole nervous system. Okay, stop that. Vibrations. Frequencies are very low. Hers? No, it's the people that were in your space and they rejected. They rejected. What was that?
Relations, like relatives.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
I don't want to say who they are.
No. You don't have to. But yes, you can just say group A. Okay, fine. A or B. Yes, yes to both A and B. I mean, this came at you, and it just took your feet and went, and you went, ah! Why? Because you're like, oh, everything's good, and all of a sudden, this rejection, just shut up. This rejection had hit you so hard because it was something that you did not expect. You could not believe what you're hearing, and your whole body was just in shock. I mean, literally, you keep feeling attacked. I feel like this woman's in your face going, oh, you think it's your family? I mean, I feel this. Oh, now my whole head's blowing up. Hold on. Okay. How in the world? Yeah, you need to heal this because there's no freaking way you should be able to live this way.
Right?
Holy shit. Okay, give me something quickly. Worry that it's going to happen again. So you constantly thinking it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen again. And so your brain is going, oh my God. It doesn't know how to stop. What do you want her to do? Okay, you're going to hold R2S. Right wrist. And number 2. Okay? Line up your fingers. And then you're going to put your thumb here. And you're going to push in deep. And your fingers like this. Okay? And that's what you're going to do. And then I want you to worry. I want you to go back to that memory. And I want you to see faces. I want you to hear. I want you to feel it. And then because you got to do this on your own, I want you to imagine you're taking it off, pulling it out. And you can even, while you're in that position, you can even switch eyes and even switch ears. And then when you switch it back, okay, you can switch these because what's going to happen is that once you start to pull it out, you got to be okay with that because then you couldn't figure it out. You didn't want to figure it out and you're obsessing about it. Because the obsession came on and you can't figure out why would they do that? I can't figure out. But it turned into I can't figure out even So just be with yourself, okay? Just be with yourself. And you're gonna find you may want to pull your hand away. That's fine. Eventually keep putting it back up. Stay a little longer each time. Because your body says, I don't know how to cope. And I'm telling you, I know you can. Because once you start to take those emotions and break them down, your body will be thanking you. But right now it's trying everything can to protect you, because it literally, I'm going to call in the angels. Yeah, I'm going to call in the angels if you'll let them in. And I'm going to ask for Saint Germain to come in. And I want Archangel Raphael to come in. And I want to come in through the energy of the grid and just come in agreement with helping you use those tools. You need to get that out.
Yeah, I do.
Because this literally is causing me to want to be deaf.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just causing me to be deaf. It wants to throw off my equilibrium as well.
Yes.
All right. Try your best. Do your best. Do, not try. Do. Okay. Just keep trying this, and then, report back so I can give you a number or maybe a little direction. I can give you, we'll do soul coaching. I'll do that a little bit for you free. Maybe Spirit will help me help you a little bit more. I don't know, because right now we're doing good. You share a lot. We'll talk after the show, okay? In the meantime, just hold this and watch the show or something. I don't care. Just get going on this. Whoo, girl. All right. Thank you very much. And I've got to unplug now. Woohoo. All right, hon. You take care.
Sorry for the earring.
Oh, no. That's okay. I'm supposed to do this. All right. So you have to hang up because I can't.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. So, wow. Okay. So we're going to switch gears, unhook that one. Rebalance my ears. Wow. Okay. So yeah, that's what life can do. While life can come in and kick you. I mean, it took and swept her off her feet because it was a complete shock, if that makes any sense. Okay. If that makes any sense. Wow. Okay. So here we go. And we are going to now get to finish the 1 minute reads. Okay, so anybody that's new in the room, Amy, make sure they understand, send them the link of where they need to do. I saw a couple new people in there. Patricia Hinson, just general. Wow, I gotta snap. We're going to do some peanut butter. We're going to give her energy back. We're going to start over. Here's some peanut butter. Peanut butter is a way to gather people's energy that's around you. Peanut butter it down, scoop it up again. There's the head thing. Oh, that's sweet, girl. She needs her love back. Oh, my God. It's yours. All right, Miss Henson. Here we go. Muddled what? Muddled. To be something. Anything stopping? Just haven't found it. Okay. Panic, you won't find yourself. So I feel like they're trying to tell me that you're having a little bit of problem of finding who you are, or finding that purpose, or finding it. And the thing is that the first thing you need to do is find what you love. Okay. What is important to you? What is important to you? This is what you got to find out. And if you were to not just say, this is what I love, this is my habit, you're crocheting or whatever, is it important to you to do that? Okay. Is it important? If it is important for you to do something, then you're going to find more of your purpose, because then your heart's going to tell you it's important we do this. And you're going to get there, and it's going to take you to that next step. Rane. Oh, how are you doing, dear? We had that particular healing, and I was curious. Miss Ronnie. Okay, so what about what? That's interesting. Ronnie, did you have LaRonda, did you That's interesting because wow, these two are for her. Hold on. Okay, so here's an interesting thing. Okay, LaRonda, that's funny because, we did a healing and I'm curious where you are. And then she says, hey, do you have any messages for me, please? And the interesting thing is that Tammy and Brenda both popped up something and they're clues. Spirit says, I have to pay attention to this. Okay, so if I'm over here, Brenda says, when you know someone is ripping you off and taking advantage of you, but there's actually nothing you can do about it but accept it. Now, that is an arrested development. So that's your clue, Loranda. It's about arrested development. You would have to do a healing about how that belief you accepted, you gave it belief because you gave your will to that to believe. If you start to take that off, Brenda, then what's going to happen is that spirit's going to start giving you ideas, and then you're going to be able to change that cord. You could also do cord switching and change the energy of that cord. It's because of the fact is that it's happening. It doesn't, And then another thing, Brenda, that it says that you became very discouraged. And so therefore you had to accept it, but it's not true. It is that you see this particular thing and you feel you can't do anything about it. That's what you heal out, because you can do something. It's just that you have to get past that arrested development. Now, Tammy over here says, it was very interesting. It was about the ringing, because I have the loud ringing and balance challenges too. Not sending it to you, Brenda. I keep telling myself it's the energy shifts. I will do that work as well. So recognizing that there's something else, another meaning to the story. So if you believe that you can't, and you believe, you're figuring it out. So you're at your steps. That's what your reading is, Loranda, is that you are starting to see the different stories and the different things, but you got to heal your guilt. You have a guilt that's deep inside that I can't do it. And you have guilt that there's, what else is there? It's a habit. It's just a pure habit. Literally, I think you need to go tap and with hitting all of the meridians to change out. I would definitely just do this too. When you start noticing that you are in that habit of I can't change it, and oh shit, I just got new information where I could change something, because you're in that shift, you're in that transition. Okay, you are getting there. It's just that there's got to remove some of that. There's the panic and guilt. I would definitely get EFT that out or change it in some form, because man, oh man, it really is controlling. Okay, so you said that they hold all the power. And the thing is that you, like for instance, Brenda, if it is at work, you can change that, and the thing is that why would you stay? If it's at home, you got to decide, why are you willing to have to put up with that? Because you're coming up against the archetypes. The archetypes are those ones that you have inside of you that says, this is how you have to live your life. This is the way you have to see it. And you don't have to, but you convince yourself. And we all have them. We all have the prostitute card. We all have the saboteur card, the victim card, and the child card. And if you were to learn how to change those, then you can change that. Personally, Brenda, the people you don't have the power to do it is because you have to heal how you're overpowered. That overpowered feeling controls all of your way. Tap out how they overpower you. Seriously, no matter what it is, you still have a belief that you have to stop accepting and get your willpower back. Okay, Kayla Marie. I would love a healing around feeling unfocused. All right, well, that's what we're going to do, Kayla. You're going back into habit because you don't believe in yourself, for one. But is she a frozen? No, she needs to get it. So this is a particular habit because it's like all of a sudden you went right back into, I can't do this. It's like you don't believe in yourself. And the thing is that it's like when you put something up on the computer, on the social media, and you don't get a like. Quit doing that, because put it up, walk away, and don't, you're wanting a certain feeling or a certain result. And all I'm saying is you got to measure that. What do you need to do? If you're not getting the responses, I'm not getting responses. What do I need to do? What do you need to go learn? What is it that you have to take the next step? And the spirit will say, okay, if you're not getting certain things, understand that it's about healing. It's about, okay, like, because I wasn't getting results, spirit says, well, why don't you do something else? Okay, so I put up Facebook but videos, changed the whole direction of how people heard me, because I needed to express myself in a different way. Okay. The healing that I need you to do very simply is L3S. L3S on that third point. And I need you to feel how it feels like you got paralyzed will, that you just feel what you just described. You just put on a scale from 0 to 10 and really dive into how this is habitual fear. And you're like, but I don't think it's fear, but it's that feeling. It's just masked. Focus on that and then let it go. Okay? What is that noise? Oh, my hearing's completely changed now. No, I'm sonic hearing. Oh my God, I could hear a spider fart probably. Wow, that's super intense. Weird. Lori M. What are my spirit guides are trying to tell me? I feel they are trying to get my attention. Like I see triple numbers. Does this have to do with letting go of my past twin flame? Not necessarily letting go of the past twin flame. That's not the thing. That they really want you to understand is that you're silently brooding. Okay? You can be you don't want to master something that's going to take and cause you not to move forward. You understand? When it comes to what is the message, well, we're just going to throw cards at me. You have to learn to trust, and there hasn't been that. Stop it. That has to. You got to learn to trust yourself. Let's put it that way. It's about that letting go. So why can't you trust? And it's because it's your right brain story. It is your pictures. You have pictures in your head. How this is how it should have come about. This is how it should look. And you need to get rid of those, because it's the living in the expectancy and trusting and walking on that glorious path of light. Because right now you're not on that path of light, because when you're in that path of light, there is no such thing as time, because all of a sudden something can happen really quick or it can happen really slow. But bam, it's amazing, because I don't usually jump off of that path now. I don't need to. But when I have in the past, I've noticed I go right into that ego and it's like, oh, no, I don't need that. I can let that go. Jesse Tuman. Can I please ask for some guidance? I'm in a position where I have to return home overseas, but it would mean leaving my 7-year-old here. Oh my gosh. I have a job interview this Friday trying to manifest it. Okay. All right. You know what she wants. What do we need to do? Okay. So we have to look at what you accepted, believe, and the willpower. So what is it that causes her to having to this situation? And then that is I don't want to accept my reality. And so you feel like there's a lot of loss. So you have to heal L2. I would hold, God, if you knew L2D, left wrist, second position, nice and deep. It's left wrist, second position. Put your thumb in, push in, do this. That's all you need to do. And you focus on the issue at hand. All of the things you just said. Okay? Because the meridian, it keeps repeating this and telling the universe, this is what you got to have. This is what you got to have. And so then it makes you keep repeating. And I want you to understand is you can disrupt that signal. You can even do emotional freedom technique and start doing it. And the thing is that there's better things to happen. There's actually a pattern that you don't quite understand. So if you have to return home and leave your 7-year-old, there's that pain of loss and irrational thinking that can come about. And they're saying that if you just heal how you have fear and worry over that and the irrational thinking that comes over that, because what if you think that's the worst thing, and what if that is a piece of the puzzle to sculpt both you and her in a position of where you need to be in the joy, but you can't get there because you think this part of the path of the journey, shouldn't happen. There's something reason why this particular stuff's going to happen. It's not all about doomsday. It's about sculpting. And then you got to heal how you need to move forward. Let's see. Delinda. What are you doing? Is there a part of you that feels like somebody wants justice from you? I feel that energy coming to you. It's like they want justice from you. And it's their reaction. But I feel like they're silent brooders. I don't know if they've opened their mouth. It's like they chose you to say, oh, you done me wrong. And if that's the case, you got to understand that this is their issue, but it's affecting you physically. Because you can feel this awkwardness. You feel this awkwardness. It goes right to the hips. You feel this awkwardness, which creates everything to be unstable. And they're saying that I don't know if you know that that's happening, but what I would tell you to address is that you want to shake yourself out of the monotonous where you're at. And so you are meant to create some type of stuff in your world, like that type of drama, to get you to do something, if that makes any sense. Okay, you guys are great. I don't see any more readings. I'm going to go back to the room and look real quick. Everybody's saying they love it. They say thank you. And yep, we got that. Tammy says, this is a bitch. I have supernatural hearing along with ringing and pressure. We just have to help you. Oh, sweetie. You're growing. You're sculpting. You're doing. I had supersonic hearing when I was little. Oh, boy, that's funny. Okay, just remember to resolve, to evolve, and heal instead of deal. And you don't have to suffer, because that's just an option. Joy is what you're hardwired for. I want you to always remember that. Watch other videos, learn, grow. Get ready, because I'm going to be coming through, and we're going to start doing. Yes, it's going to cost a little money, but not a lot. But it's going to cost so you can join, so that we can really get to how you get to your issues, because I feel like Tammy's moved along and go, oh, epiphanies all over the place. Yeah, that's what we want. We want you to be able to grow. So pay attention to things that are coming up. And just remember, if you need me in the private sessions, you do so now, because by the 16th, the 29th, I'm going to be gone. We're going to go into our caravan and start traveling. And then we'll be back. And we're taking the babies with us. Yes, our little boys, Charlie and Jojo, and the whole other family gang of birds are going to be in their little cages. But when we're traveling, they get to hang out in the back and party in their little area. But family vacations coming up. Okay. Yes, please do some healing. I want y'all to be happy. I want you guys to, so we're going to have a couple more shows. I can't think 3 more shows before I go. Just look forward to seeing all of you. And I'm sorry, Diana, but I have to go. I just enjoy the show, rewatching. All right. I love you and see you. And remember to resolve to evolve and heal instead of deal. Okay. And guess what? Stay blessed. And you too, YouTube land, stay blessed. And thank you very much